A Hunter in Teyvat, Chapter 29, Fan Fiction, by Azazyel. After we reached Mondstadt and separated for us to all get cleaned up from our battle, I was sitting on the hotel room's bed. I and Paimon waited for Lumine to get out of her own shower. Paimon, I have a question, I said slowly as I realized something. Huh? What is it, Jake? Paimon asked as she floated over in front of me in confusion. How often do you actually get cleaned up? I asked the floating fairy. Paimon stomped in the air as she pointed her finger at me. She yelled. What are you saying, Jake? Are you saying Paimon stinks? Paimon cried out, and I smiled as Paimon began miming that she was going to slug me or something. Hey, I didn't say it. It's just that every time Lumine goes to take a shower and you follow, it's the fact that your hair is never wet or anything like you got cleaned up as well, I said, shrugging much to Paimon's frustrations. Paimon doesn't smell, she grumbled before kicking me in the shoulder as she flew away from me and face-planted in her pillows. A couple of moments Lumine came out of the shower fully dressed but just rubbing her short golden hair with a towel, and hearing me and Paimon being quiet, she looked up and around the room like a mother who just realized her children had gone eerily silent. What happened? Jake, did you smother Paimon with a pillow? I would assume that is more likely compared to that Paimon eating you, but you are obviously still here, huh? She chuckled as she threw her towel in her space bag. Jake called Paimon a stinky but baby. Paimon cried out as she threw herself in the air and pointed at me like a child snitching about her older sibling being a bully to her parent. I could practically feel Lumine's deadpan stare at me before she just scoffed and began putting on her shoes. Bad Jake, Lumine said with her tone being as dry as a desert when she leaned over me and flicked my forehead as a symbolic punishment. But before she could pull back from where she leaned over me, I palmed her backside and pulled her against me for a quick hug. When she was pulled against me, I whispered into her ear. Does killing get any easier? Lumine stopped her playful wrestling to get away from me and loudly sighed as she groaned dramatically. I guess you pinned me and got a cuddle for a minute or two. Then she relaxed against me, and I felt her lightly kiss my neck before she moved up, and she began whispering into my ear. The weight of killing is only what you make of it. As a traveler, we try our best to separate the people we meet into three categories. First is the normies, like the lady who runs the restaurant we went to yesterday. We don't know her name, we may never see her again, and it won't weigh too heavily on our minds. Then there are the true friends, people we connect with and may even come to love for a time before they die of old age, or we simply move on from where they live. She sighed, and I could feel her breath tickling my ear as she adjusted herself and ordered her thoughts. Then there are the enemies, to put simply, in the case of a traveler, they are an insect they happen to step on during their travels. Don't pay them any mind other than the fact that even an insect can bite and poison you to death if you aren't careful. Come on, guys. Paimon wants to try Jake's lasagna. Paimon cried out as she pitifully laid atop her pillows and rubbed her stomach, the audibly growling loud enough that we could hear it from the other side of the room. Lumine chuckled and patted me on my chest as she sat back up on the side of the bed and stretched. All right. Come on, Jake, I am interested in trying out some food from your own homeland as well, so let's go. A few minutes later, we followed the directions Noelle gave us, and we ended up at her apartment. After knocking, we heard someone call from within, and Amber opened the door. Amber wasn't wearing her outrider outfit and was instead in a comfy pair of pajama pants and a simple red cotton t-shirt that exposed some of her cleavage. Hey guys. You are the last ones to get here, and we were afraid that you all decided to just go to sleep. Faintly, I could hear behind Amber, Eula yelling out. I did no such speculating of my fellow comrades. I will not accept these groundless accusations and will visit upon you a grave vengeance, Outrider Amber. Amber just rolled her eyes and grinned as she pulled me and Lumine inside. Noelle is already starting to boil the noodles. Jake, you may want to go check on her so we can have some girl time. Hee hee. I nodded and took the chance at skipping the socializing, even if I would have enjoyed teasing Eula a bit. Please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for listening and patreon.com/Azazyel to read all of his stories.